Also, I did help Hensley with math homework on the back of my notes.
Oh, look at us.
I know.
Dads. Hello, hello, hello.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to Everyone's a Little Queer, Currently Queer, episode 2.
We are currently queer.
Yes. So, this
Currently queer.
is our current events, queer moments that Mark and I have been doing and researching, and we love it, and it's so much fun. And I think it gets us, I've noticed that I get really trapped in, like, finding things I want to talk about. I mean, you see the note that I put, like, the other day I put, like, 10 things in that note to talk about.
I think it's good because it helps, obviously, the listeners be engaged in queer content, but it helps, obviously, us stay engaged in queer content, which nowadays can be a little bit of a breath of fresh air, although it can also be kind of depressing as well.
It can be, yeah. But I think we have some good stuff today.
We have good things to talk about.
Yeah, I'm very happy. Yeah, I'm very excited. I think it's going to be great. Do you want me to start?
It doesn't matter. Yeah, you want to go
I'll
first?
start.
I'll go first.
Okay. I'm going to ruin that last name, though. We want to talk about LA-based drag queen Lauren. Was it Lauren Bannell?
Lauren Bannell.
Also, as you guys might have known her... Bannell. I think it's probably Bannell. That would be a very drag queen name.
Is that her drag name or their name?
It says LA-based drag queen Lauren Bannell. That's how, like, everything... And that's how she, like, promotes herself with...
I bet it's Bannell.
Yeah, probably.
Because Bannell sounds weird.
Well, but also, everyone listening probably knows her or has seen her as Erika Qwerk.
Yeah.
So she is the drag queen who has been doing the TikTok impersonations of Erika Qwerk. And
they're so good.
They're so funny. It's definitely, you said it earlier, it's definitely the eyes.
The contact lenses that they put in.
And the way she does her face, she's like this.
Yeah,
she's looking.
And her eyes are just like totally like wide, like fully, and she just stares into your soul like Erika Qwerk does.
Yeah.
But she's got like these super intense contact lenses, so she's literally like staring into you, and it's just like, imagine that, she's at the fucking bullshit rallies with her fireworks going off, and then she's just dropped some teardrops in her eyes to make it look like she's crying over the death of Charlie Kirk, even though we all know she truly doesn't give a fuck about him. But
well, she's making all that money now.
She's making money.
But Erika Qwerk, through her TikTok and using this newfound fame.
She went viral.
She did go viral, and she's using that with the ACLU, which is the American Civil Liberties Union, to help raise money through a GoFundMe, which we'll put the link for the GoFundMe.
Yeah, the link for the GoFundMe will be in the podcast notes, and also if you're on YouTube watching the video, it will be in the description below.
Yes, so click that, go check that out. But Erika Qwerk, she's given of her own $1,705 to the ACLU.
Yeah, she's doing she gets her own tips. She gets those tips at her shows, and she's been donating all of her tips from her local shows to the ACLU.
Yes.
And then also, you can also, her Venmo, she's also taking
She does have
tips.
a Venmo. She has a link tree, which as well,
we'll throw it all in there. We'll throw it all in there.
All in there. Go check her out. But so far, they've raised, as of today, around $7,300 for the ACLU. And if you don't know, the ACLU, what they do is they help track attacks on LGBTQIA+. They help to raise awareness on anti-drag laws, and as well laws that criminalize people that are living with HIV. So the ACLU, super important. Go support them. The GoFundMe is support ACLU Block the BS Together, which is fantastic.
That's funny.
And if you are in North Hollywood, in LA, you can go see her. Right now, she hosts Drag Brunch on Saturdays. She is sold out for Drag Brunch until I think it's the 28th of February.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, that far out. She's sold out. She also hosts her drag brunch. That's at Idle Hour. And then she also does drag bingo at the Alamo Drafthouse Cinema out there in Hollywood as well. So you can go check her out doing that as well. On Monday nights, I believe is what her Instagram and everything said. So if you are there, go support her. Go tip her. That way she's giving back. And then if you want to as well, you can give back to the ACLU. Help raise the awareness. Fuck all those assholes. And this is like using drag in such a good, meaningful way as well. And it's just like, it's giving back to people who need it that are being attacked by these assholes.
Correct.
And I love every minute. I love using your art and your skill that they have in such a fun way. So I'm proud of her.
And if you hate Erika Qwerk, and what is the thing they're part of?
Oh, Turning Point USA?
Yeah, if you hate Turning Point USA and you think it's all bullshit because it truly is, well, instead of just being mad at it, how about you donate to the drag queens who are telling them to go fuck off by supporting the ACLU?
Yes,
so,
I love it.
I love that. How fun!
Yes.
Erika Qwerk. She's quirky.
Oh my god, she could put that on her Instagram now. She's quirky.
Hashtag I'm quirky.
I love it. That would be perfect.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, it was good. I'm very happy to see something like that.
I think it's fun, and that's what we need nowadays. Support your local queens, by the way. Don't just support Erika Qwerk. Support your local queens. Here in Kansas City, we have a lot of really awesome local queens, and then also just all around support drag, support your local queens, give them their tips. They're working hard for that money, and also, drag is important. And I think this is a great way that shows that drag is important, and it's not, people who think that they're just freaking crazies. And
yeah, drags. Oh, we love drag. It's wonderful. But yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.
12 out of 10 would support the drags. Is it my turn?
It is your turn.
Oh, we're throwing it back to the last episode of Currently Queer.
Currently Queer, episode 1.
Currently Queer, episode 1.
Yes.
We talked about Heated Rivalry, and we talked about the author of the Heated Rivalry series, Rachel Reed. And I said Rachel Reed is not queer, and I stand corrected. That is my fault, my bad. Apparently, it's my fault. She is part of the queer community, and Miss Rachel Reed, I am sorry I did you dirty. You are part of the queer community, and I love you for that. So I delved a little bit more into that, and actually one of our Instagram followers commented on our Instagram post about it and was like, hey, she's bi. And I was like, what? I didn't know that. And so I stand corrected.
And we're all learning. We're all learning.
We are all learning here on Currently Queer. And so I did a little bit of a deep dive, and on January 8th, Rachel Reed was on the I've Never Said This Before podcast.
Okay.
If you want to listen to that podcast, she delves more deeply into some things about herself, but she does not share much about her personal life for the sake of her family and her children. Of course, we respect her privacy. You do you, boo-boo, and I love that for you. But she did clarify that while she is, this is what she said. She herself is obviously not gay, and she's also definitely not a bisexual man.
But she writes wonderfully for them.
She does. She does it great.
It's the emotion. I got a tangent, but it is the emotion that she writes in all of her stuff that makes me go, "Oh my god!" You can just feel exactly what these characters are feeling. It is incredible.
If you haven't read any of Rachel Reed's books, 12 out of 10 would recommend. They're so good. Obviously, yeah. So she's not a bisexual man. She's not gay herself, but she is part of the queer community. And Rachel Reed herself is actually apparently married to a bisexual man. And she has noted that she often consults her husband for accuracy and authenticity when writing about the male characters through her novels. I'll let you interpret what you wish from that statement in terms of what she needs clarification on at times. Okay.
All the dirty.
Yes.
I love it.
But specifically on that podcast that I stated earlier, the I've Never Said This Before podcast, what comes up is her own sexuality herself. And, quote, she said, I've seen a lot of talk online about my own sexuality and some of that of members of my family. And while some of that is true and some of it is stated as fact, also some of it is speculative. She then goes on to say, I don't think it ultimately really matters because I'm not a man, I'm not a gay man, and I'm not a bisexual man, like I said before. And that's who I'm writing about. And then she goes on to say, I don't think that the people that I'm attracted to at this stage of my life gives me any kind of credibility to write about gay men or bisexual men. So, as much as I know people want to know in regard to her sexuality,
yes.
I don't think it ultimately matters. I would not ever try to use my sexuality as a way of being like, I have a right to write these books. Yeah, girl, you do you, bitch.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that it's how it works. I think you have to be sensitive and thoughtful when you approach these books, whatever you're writing about. So basically, she doesn't specifically say that she's bisexual, but you can look all throughout the internet, and there's multiple places where she does actually state her sexuality. And even I also think that it's important that she doesn't actually specifically state so, because I think she's just like, hey, you know what? I'm queer.
She's just living her life.
She's living her life. And being queer, if you listen to Everyone's a Little Bit Queer, the actual episodes themselves, being queer and the people that we interview, that's why it's called Everybody's a Little Bit Queer, is because queer is a very overarching term to describe our community as a whole. And so I think that's kind of where Rachel Reed fits. She's just queer.
Well, and we kind of, if you haven't listened to a Ravens episode, we talk about that.
In an upcoming episode.
In an upcoming episode, yeah, with Raven, we dive into why they identify themselves as queer because of that, because it is so all-encompassing in so many different ways. And I don't think that it matters about her sexuality, because here's the thing, the books that she's writing, they do justice on love and acceptance and like heartbreak and heartache and all of this other stuff. And she does such an amazing job just with the writing that she does. And so it doesn't,
even if I was correct last episode and she just isn't queer or part of the queer community, it doesn't matter. Her writing is insane.
Yes.
But I do just want to give the credit where it is due, that she is a part of the queer community. Specifically how she identifies is a little bit ambiguous based on the internet, but some people say she's bisexual. There's a couple places where it is, but I do want to make it clear that based on what she just said literally a couple weeks ago on that podcast, is that, you know what, it doesn't matter. It is, coming out a lot on the internet that her husband is bisexual, and she does use him for resource material, which I love.
Yeah, first-hand account.
But I also respect her, and that she wants to keep her private life private. She has some younger kids, and I totally respect that for her.
I respect anybody that wants to keep their life private. Like, we get to keep, most people keep their lives private, and why don't they get that same option?
Right, just because she's
writing an amazing series, or wrote an amazing series. It's now become the hottest HBO sensation.
Update, I did finish book now 1 of the Game Changer series. I've read 3 books this year. Who am I?
Only January.
I know. And I just started the second book, which is Heated Rivalry itself, book 2. And I just started it, and I'm so excited. If you haven't picked up a Rachel Reed book, whether it's her one-offs or you've actually started the series itself, I cannot recommend enough. So that was my little 2 cents to throw in there about Rachel Reed, that my bad, she is queer, and I love that for her. And yeah, that was that.
Well, yeah, I love it. And again, even if she wasn't queer, she's writing such great gay fan fiction. And she's kind of in a queer relationship, even if she wasn't, her husband's bisexual.
Correct. And that puts her in a queer relationship. And she being married to him and being obviously as supportive as she is, girl, we love you.
Yes.
If anything, she was an ally. Well, is an ally, but you know 100%, what I mean?
Yeah.
And being an ally on my terms is part of the queer community, so.
Yes. Okay. I love it. So a little retract, but also a little deep dive into Rachel Reed, and it was wonderful.
Thanks.
Yeah, I love that. Good job.
Thank you. I tried.
Yeah, you're doing great. Okay, so let's move on.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got a couple things here. We're going to start with the first one, which is the state of Virginia, which is, we all know, 2026, we're in an election year. November's coming up, very important. But there are also, it's not just about who you're going to elect and the people that are going to be serving in the offices. It's about what's going to be on those ballots. So one of the things.
Real quick.
Yes.
Shout out to the governor of Virginia. Snaps for her. I just want to say that.
In just the Virginia state itself, Congress, so they passed legislation, Joint Resolution 3, recently, which is to change the state's definition of marriage, banning the state from denying issuance of a marriage license to 2 adult persons seeking a lawful marriage on the basis of sex, gender, or the race of persons. The state must recognize and treat any lawful marriage equally under the law, regardless of said gender, race, sexuality. So although same-sex marriage was codified 2024 in the Virginia Constitution, it still doesn't reflect the wording with the discrimination. So it's still out there that essentially it has that wording.
Yeah, because they had a Republican
Yes.
situation.
Yeah. And
obviously.
So Obergefell v. Hodges is still being attacked, right? And we know that. We just recently saw that. But that's the thing is it doesn't mean that it's not being attacked. It's just that means that these states are finally passing their own laws to be able to codify certain things and in a way to make it look like, okay, you can't overstep on that. So they're doing the right thing. Virginia has a process.
It's like abortion.
Yes.
How obviously that was overturned, and so now all these states are saying, "Fine, screw you guys.
Well,
we're
and
just
that's
going to codify it ourselves within our own state."
Right. And so the way it's worded, I believe right now with Virginia, is that if Obergefell v. Hodges were to be overturned, it has that trigger law. So with that discriminatory wording in it, so they're wanting to get rid of that to where it's just it doesn't matter. It's all persons. But one of the things in Virginia is it has to a bill like this has to be voted on 2 consecutive state congressional sessions. And so and so they voted on it, passed it, and they just did it the second time. So Virginia voters, if you're in Virginia, know anyone in Virginia who's a voter of Virginia, then come November, it will be on the ballot for you to vote for and for the people.
A ballot question.
Yes, it's going to be a ballot question. So
what's also a ballot question in Virginia?
What?
Do you not know? Redistricting.
Oh, yes.
Virginia, you got this.
Yes.
Let's show Texas how we want to play the game. We'll play the game, girl. Virginia's coming in there, and the new governor was like, we could do like maybe like 8-3 Democrat Republican. And you know what? What's like the Secretary of State, I think it is. Whoever that person is for Virginia, she said, no, ma'am. She's coming in with 9-1. She wants 9 Democratic. She's taking 9 Democratic seats and 1 Republican seat, and saying, fine, we'll bet. And even the governor was like, well, she said, no,
That's what they're doing.
And that's what they're doing, and it's also a state ballot question. So in Virginia, make sure you're getting out to vote for redistricting, and vote for
changing Joint Resolution 3, and then also we'll drop this down below as well. It's a link if you are a resident of Virginia and you're not registered to vote. We will drop the link down for you. You just click it and go in there. I believe what I saw when I was looking at it is you can register all the way up until 11 days from voting. Do not wait. Click the link, go down, register to vote.
And this is this upcoming election in November, correct?
Yes. Yeah, so you have plenty of time to click a link while you're doom scrolling Instagram on the shitter. You can just click it and register.
Well, that's exciting.
Yes.
Well, everybody, make sure you go do that. Support
also, if
it.
you're not in Virginia, also just register to vote so you can vote in your own state elections, because there's always shit happening, and it's important to be,
especially nowadays,
so informed on what you're voting for and what the people are voting for and what people are being voted into office. So
check your state, check your rules in terms of when you can register. I'll put a link down below and on our profile of where you can go, registertovote.com, vote.gov, all those things are where you can get your registration and stuff. But just a quick reminder, this year, Election Day is November 3rd, Tuesday, November 3rd, 2026, midterm election cycle. If you want to tell Donald Trump to go screw himself with his administration, let's get that blue tsunami going, baby. Go out and vote.
I love it. So, yeah, I think that's a really good thing. Virginia's trying to codify it, and we love to see it. I mean, look.
The new governor, went in, and she took a Sharpie and said, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. And she went in.
Isn't she the one with the shoveling? Was it? Or no, that was New York.
Yeah,
that was the New York governor.
But the new governor of Virginia, also, I think she's the first female governor, first female Democratic governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia in a long time. Either way, good for her. But she went in there basically with a black Sharpie, and whoever the loser was, the Republican dumbass beforehand who tried to ruin everything, she went in there with her Sharpie and said, no, 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 no. And they're going back, they're undoing things, we're redistricting, and we're going to get Virginia back on the right path. So love that for them. Love that for us. And that being said, make sure you're registered to vote.
Register to vote. Yes, thank you.
Is it my turn?
Are you excited?
Okay. Okay.
I have heard about this.
It is the Winter Olympics. I love the Olympics. So yes, the Winter Olympics are coming up, which means I thought it would be a great opportunity to spotlight some of our queer LGBTQ plus Olympians.
Yes.
Have fun, right?
So fun.
So I've picked a couple. Obviously, there is way more than just a couple that I'm spotlighting. So that being said, before I delve into these ones, there is a website that you guys can check out. It's called outsports.com.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm not a sports person. And this is the second episode in a row when I'm talking about sports things. So
I know everyone's gonna be like, he's not a sports person, but yeah, he keeps talking about these sports.
I know. Anyway, but outsports.com, they have all kinds of stories about queer athletes all around the world, not just in the United States. They have a whole thing going on about the Olympics, though, and they are currently compiling a list of Team LGBTQ. It does say that obviously the Winter Olympics aren't as poppin' as the Summer Olympics, but I like the Winter Olympics personally better than the Summer Olympics, except for the gymnastics.
Controversial.
I know, controversial statement because I love the gymnastics, but I also love the figure skating because give me some Johnny Weir and what's her name, Tara.
We're watching them on
together. I know, but Tara. Anyway, I love the two of them when they're doing their whole figure skating thing. And he literally was just posting today about all his gear he got to go to the Olympics. Anyway, but yeah, so you can go to outsports.com and they're currently compiling the list. It's not currently done because not everybody has fully finished their qualifyings for all the different sports that's going to be happening. But they did say that the representation at this year's Winter Olympics will be smaller than 2024's Paris Summer Games, which did have a record-breaking 199 out Olympians and 44 out Paralympians.
That's wonderful.
Who knew? So obviously, go ahead and follow. It's Outsports. You can follow them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter @Outsports, and they have kind of more if you really want to delve into this, but I have some. Should I do my first one?
Do your first one.
Okay. I have notes today. I'm prepared.
You worked really hard on. I'm so proud of you because you've worked very hard on all of these this week. It's been wonderful.
I tried. Okay, so our first athlete that we are going to spotlight here on Currently Queer this week is Amber Glenn. Do you know who Amber Glenn is? Yes.
I do not.
Amber Glenn. She is vying to become the first U.S. woman to medal in figure skating since 2006.
Damn.
I think it's like not like figure like the dance one. Anyway. In the women's short program. Abby's gonna be so disappointed in me. Abby works with us and she's literally like world-renowned figure skater. Okay, so Amber Glenn, she set the record for the women's short skate program at the U.S. Figure Skating Championships literally a couple weeks ago when she scored an 83.05, which apparently is a big freaking deal. She then became the first woman in 21 years to win a third consecutive U.S. championship. 3 in a row, girl. She did it. 3 in a row. And then, so apparently, Amber Glenn, she came out publicly as bisexual and pansexual in 2019.
Oh, wonderful.
When that happened, she said it was something that I did and it set me free. I was able to feel like I wasn't being pressured into trying to fill somebody else's shoes. A little bit about Amber. She was raised in Plano, Texas.
Ooh, that sounds familiar.
That's where her husband was born.
That's where I was born.
She was raised in Plano, Texas, and by 2019, she was trading outside of Dallas. An outlet covering the LGBTQ issues in Texas wrote a story about 2 North Texas-based pair of skaters who had just won the national championship. One of the skaters was Timothy Leduc, and he became the first openly out athlete to win a U.S. title in pair skating with his partner. And they wrote this long story, and Glenn apparently was quoted in that story, and she didn't really think anything about it because it was just like a local paper.
Sure.
But she was quoted in that paper where she acknowledged publicly for the first time that she identified as pansexual and bisexual. And she didn't really think anything of it because it was just a small local write-up from one of the local papers down there.
Yeah.
Well, apparently it got some attention. She does say, in hindsight, Glenn wished she would have created a more professional announcement because she was not prepared for, I guess, the amount of attention that the story garnered. She said, I thought, okay, this is my, little baby step and barely anybody's going to see this small little local newspaper. And yeah, it did not stay local, she said. The next day, apparently, she said it was basically like international news and everyone was like, oh my God.
Oh, wow.
So, shout out to her.
Yeah.
During her first competition, after she came out, she saw pride flags in the audience, which she saw as a welcoming sign.
I'm gonna cry now.
I know, right? That kind of like gets me a little welled up my eyes.
It does.
I love that.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Obviously, figure skating, she says, is unique. She said we have a more acceptable and more of a community in the queer space, and I feel like I've been accepted with open arms, and that's not the case for all sports. So she does acknowledge that. And obviously, there are a lot of queer people in figure skating. She has openly, though, anytime, especially in this past at the national championships, she held that flag up when she got her, and she did her lap around the ice rink with the LGBTQ plus IA flag,
the all-inclusive
one, and she did her lap around the ice, and she's very proud, and I love the fact that she's just out there and she's living her authentic self, and she's not afraid to share it, and she's not going to hide it. And I love that, the first time she did her ice skating event after she came out there, she saw the flags in the audience, and it really hit home for her. So
also having that flag and doing that, even though, in the figure skating world, the queer community is definitely a lot more accepted. Having that visibility still, and just somebody doing that, it's just the visibility being there, and she's using her platform to keep the visibility, because there's still people trying to shut down visibility. And so she's like, fuck that. Here you go. We're out here. Good for her. I love it. I love that.
I have a couple more people we'll highlight, but did you have another story you want to share before I go into some other?
How many people do you have?
I've got some cute lesies, and then I have some more cute lesies, and then I have a gay.
Why don't you do a pair of your lesies?
Ooh, okay.
And then I will read my other story, and then you can do yours, and then I can finish on mine.
Okay, next we're going to talk about Hillary Knight and Brittany Bowe.
You follow the Olympics so much more than I do.
I'm so excited for the Winter Olympics. Also, side note, I have us registered for the 2028 Olympics here in the United States to get our tickets. I have us registered. Fingers crossed we get selected to get our tickets.
Okay.
I want to go to Oklahoma City for
wanna do
the
the
canoe slalom
The slalom.
and the softball.
That's right.
Because
Yep.
that's just a quick drive down the road. Anyway,
That's right.
so if you want, register. Maybe you'll get picked.
We'll have,
Okay.
we'll have to go see Jen and Pumps.
Could you imagine?
We'll go to Jen's store and knock on there and ask if it's the massage parlor.
Right. Ugh, they're all going to be in New York by then full time. Well, except
Probably.
Pumps. Pumps, she's like, no, I'm not doing that. So Hillary Knight and Brittany Bowe. Hillary Knight and Brittany Bowe are both competing for Team USA. Slay America. Also, the Olympics this year, life is really shitty in America right now. So I think it's important that we embrace the Olympics for like what they are and have some fun and it's a good excuse to actually celebrate America right now.
And I'm really jealous that it's going to be in Milan. So
Well, but I think it's a good excuse to celebrate America because
No,
so
we're-
much of like America right now, you're kind of like, ew, like you're embarrassed. Like,
you know,
when you go out of the country and like when we went to Mexico a couple weeks ago, I was like, oh, they're gonna hate us when we're American.
well, and we made friends with Canadians, so we couldn't even pretend to be Canadian.
Yeah, but like like you leave the country nowadays, you're like,
Yeah.
oh shit, they're gonna hate us, and this is a good excuse I think to celebrate America and our fellow Americans and cheer
Yes.
them on
I wonder how many of them are going to use this platform
as a
as a stage. You know what I mean? So I'm very curious.
give me some like fuck ice signs.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen because it's so volatile right now. It's
Well, and there's like rules, like you can't necessarily protest during the Olympics, so like the Olympic Committee has strict rules. That
Yes.
like what you can and can't do. And
right. So it'll be interesting how people.
It will be interesting. Okay, well,
Loophole.
sorry, I got a little serious there. Okay, Hillary Knight and Brittany Bowe. Okay, so while Hillary Knight and Brittany Bowe, like I said, they're both competing for Team USA, but different sports. Knight is heading to her 5th Olympic Games as part of the U.S. women's hockey team. It's almost like a heated rivalry moment, but it's not because Bowe is competing in speed skating. She's a speed skater, and this will be also her 4th Olympics in speed skating. The two connected during the Olympics many times over the years, but it wasn't until they started talking while walking together during strict COVID isolation protocols.
Oh.
They're also a COVID relationship.
Oh, that's so cute.
I love that. Our relationship blossomed during COVID too. So
reconnected and blossomed.
we reconnected and blossomed during COVID, and so did theirs.
That's
okay.
amazing.
So Hillary Knight is one of the greatest players of all time that has ever been seen on the U.S. women's Olympic hockey team. She already has a gold medal from Pyeongchang in 2018, and she has silver medals from Vancouver in 2010, Sochi in 2014, and Beijing in 2022, and maybe they'll get another one in 2026.
Oh, if she's the GOAT, yeah, 100%. Rooting for her.
And then there's Brittany Bowe, her wife. Love that for them. Brittany Bowe is a Florida native who first took up incline skating after a local coach noted her gliding down the rink at a friend's birthday party. Bowe didn't seriously consider ice skating until she found herself watching old friends from her inline days compete for Team USA at the 2010 Winter Olympics in Vancouver. Now, nearly a decade into her competitive speed skating career, Brittany Bowe finally achieved her dream of standing on an Olympic podium at the 2022 Winter Olympics, where she medaled. And now they're both together for the first, not the first time, but they're both together going again to the 2026 Winter Olympics. Hillary Knight and Brittany Bowe, mazel tov to you guys.
Oh, that'll be so much fun to watch too.
Right?
Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna
I hope their schedules don't conflict where they're able to watch each other.
I like when they're doing the sports and then the cameras and like the commentators are like, there's her wife or whoever, and they
Yeah.
have like the little spotlight in the audience when they like show them.
Yeah.
I kind of hope they do that with Hillary and Brittany.
I hope that's what I'm saying. I hope that their schedules don't conflict so they can do that, just so they can watch each other. That's exciting. Congrats to them.
Mazel to them.
I love it.
Yeah, your turn.
My turn?
Next.
Okay. My last two are gonna kind of go together.
You want to knock them out together?
No, I'll do one and do
Okay.
the other. They're a little different, but kind of like along the same lines. So I wanted to highlight stuff happening with our brothers and sisters of the trans community right now. So, no, it's not bad.
Oh, okay.
The things I want to highlight are not bad. We all know
Good news. Good news.
it is good news.
Hopefully.
First off, if we were not already seeing Titanic and beaches, we would be going to see 6 in New York, by the way.
Dylan Mulvaney.
Dylan Mulvaney. So, for those who don't know, Dylan Mulvaney started their transition and documenting all their transition and everything during COVID on TikTok. Became a massive...
They went viral on TikTok, yeah.
For so many things, for just their transition thing. And so that was like, I really think during COVID and using TikTok...
I followed them early on in like when they first started on TikTok.
When they first started...
And nobody, well, at least personally, when I first started following them, I didn't think they would become who they are today, but...
I don't think anybody did, but that just shows the power of social media and also the power of what somebody can do when they're just being themselves, living authentically, amazingly talented. So Dylan Mulvaney is going to be starring as Anne Boleyn, starting February 16th in New York.
Which one is that?
6.
Is that the one that gets her head cut off?
I feel like they all kind of got their head cut off, right?
I don't remember.
I think in...
I'm not a history person.
all I can remember is, I'm that Boleyn girl. Like, that's what I started to remember. But anyways, so it is an all-female cast, which just highlights even more that, Dylan Mulvaney is a female. She is a she. She has come out, transitioned. So we're seeing that. Although, of course, there's backlash, right?
Ooh, they got some heat, which is bullshit.
They did.
They got some heat.
They got a lot of heat. And a lot of it, though, if you go back, and they were saying, they did an interview, and the people who run the account, like the social media accounts for 6, they turned everything off. But I love Dylan Mulvaney because they do not step back. And so
it didn't phase them.
Not one bit.
She wasn't phased at all.
She got on her own social media and just was like, hey, by the way, I'm doing this. And what I love about her is that everything she does, she has a smile on her face. All these hate comments, they do not bother her.
No.
She's
been through a lot, so obviously she's got a pretty well-established, like, thick skin.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, some of the comments were just...
What pisses me off about some of that is that the people who are making these comments, let's be honest, they're not going to go see 6.
They're not going to go see 6.
You're not going to go see 6 anyways. So why do you give a fuck who is in the cast? Also, you probably don't even know what it is about.
Correct.
Period. So why does it even fucking matter to you? Shut the fuck up.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah. So this is one of the things for me is like Dylan Mulvaney has consistently through the transition, through the Bud Light or Bud Light. Remember that? The one can.
Was it a Super Bowl thing? It
was like a promotional thing. She was put on
one
can of beer. People
it was
like
for Bud Light. It was either Budweiser or Bud Light.
Yeah.
Either one. But yeah, and then
I think
the
they're the same.
freaking backlash she got over that.
She did. And she got a lot of backlash. But you know what? This just shows to me, it just shows that the power that trans people have, the strength that they have to look at this adversity, to look at these assholes who are coming after them and just still put a smile on your face, look at what you're doing, and keep going. Look what she's done. I mean, now she's on Broadway. Even we can look at like drag queens like Bob, the drag queen.
She's on Broadway right now, in Moulin Rouge.
Yeah, she's in Moulin Rouge. Jinx Monsoon.
Jinx Monsoon and Oh Mary sold that show out for months straight, non-stop. Jinx Monsoon did that. And Jinx Monsoon, that was her like 3rd Broadway show that she sold out in a row because she was also in...
She was in Chicago.
Chicago, which was also sold out for her entire run that she was there as well. So.
But it goes to show like the
Jinxie.
Queer community, the support that we have for each other outweighs the hate and everything. And I just props to her. First off, if you haven't seen 6, it's one of my favorites. I love the history part of it, and I love that it's an all-female. Like even everybody who plays an instrument, everyone is female in that. So it's very empowering because that's what the goal is, to be empowering. It is a wonderful performance. I enjoyed it. Hensley loves it. Still.
I mean, it was really good. I loved it.
Yeah, the music is fantastic. And the fact that now Dylan Mulvaney is a part of the cast as Anne Boleyn, if you get the chance, go see her, because I know it's going to be incredible. Like I said, if we weren't already seeing Titanic and Beaches, that's one that I would go see immediately.
Yeah. Also, I want to give a shout out to the producers and the managers of that show, who were just like, no. And they shut up their social media.
They said, fuck that.
And then they got heat for shutting up their social media, and they said, no. And they put out another statement saying, I don't care. Like, we're not going to put up with one of our castmates being bullied like this. And they didn't back down one bit of putting on a full statement saying their support for Dylan and welcoming them into the cast and everything like that. And, obviously it was just temporary till everything calms down.
Yeah. Well, and it will, right? It will calm down because it will calm down because that's just what it is, right? They're heated about it, and again, I go back to the people who are most pissed about it
are not going to go to the show.
They're not going to go see it. And
Let's
you know
be
what?
Real.
And
people who go to the Broadway are queer community fans to begin with.
Well, also like
we love the theater community as queer people. Like that is our community partly.
We love the show.
Queer community is so supportive and accepted and welcoming in the theatrical community and vice versa. And almost like I feel like together we're like one.
And that's the thing. The way I look at it too is like if you are not a part of the queer community and whatever, and you want to be homophobic, transphobic, just phobic, don't go see 6. You don't have to see 6.
Problem solved.
Then you don't have to go see Dylan Mulvaney. that's going to leave a ticket for somebody who really wants to go see that show.
Correct.
So I love it. Supporting, I think that's great, though. I love what she's done with her career and post-transition, and she's also incredibly gorgeous and has probably one of the greatest smiles I've ever seen. So keep working, keep slaying.
Shout out Dylan. You're doing great, sweet girl.
Yes.
Mazel tov on your Broadway debut. This is their Broadway debut.
It is debut.
But they did sell out Carnegie Hall at one point.
Well,
mazel tov to them.
Again, amazing.
Because they are talented. They have the talent to do so.
Yeah.
Are we going into our Olympian queens?
Yeah, you got, what, queens and you said a gay?
It's time for our lessies.
More lessies.
Who likes heated rivalry? Oh my god, meet? No way! Okay, so we are going to have a little bit of a heated rivalry mom with our Canadian lessies. Okay, so we're going to be talking about Marie-Philip Poulin and Laura Stacey. I apologize if I butchered either of those names.
Sounded great to me.
But Marie-Philip Poulin is going to be leading Team Canada at hockey for another hockey gold. They're trying to get gold again with her wife also on the team, Laura Stacey. So exciting. Okay, so Marie-Philip Poulin, she was a budding pro prospect, that's hard to say, as a teen when she was a standout at Boston University, which also has an incredible hockey program. Obviously, that's why she went there. Go Boston. Where what followed there was she did 3 Olympic gold medals with Team Canada, and she's been captain of Team Canada since 2015. This bitch isn't fucking around. She's a 34-year-old superstar. She's a superstar center and team captain. This is going to be her 5th Olympics with Team Canada, aiming for their 4th gold medal while leading the team that is a mix of experience and youth. They have lost 7 of the last 8 games to a certain team south of the border. Go America. Sorry, Canada. Because Canada really doesn't like us. So
I mean, we do want our gold medals, though.
So the teammates were, quote, kinda, sorta, maybe not, is how they phrased it.
Okay.
A couple as Olympic teammates in 2018. Lynn was an established star, while Stacey was a grinder who finally earned her chance to represent her country. In September 24, they got married in a beautiful wedding, and now this is going to be their first Olympics that they're going together as married wives.
That's so exciting. That's so much
right?
fun.
It's literally like the lesbian version of heated rivalry.
It sort of is, yeah.
And now they're going to the Olympics together.
Oh, that'll be so much fun.
And could you imagine if Marie-Philip Poulin gets her 4th gold medal? Although I feel kind of bad that they've lost the last 7 out of 8 games to a certain team south of the border, which is definitely America, because it's not Mexico.
I don't know. Maybe Mexico has like an amazing hockey team.
Their hockey team ain't it.
I
don't want to assume, but I'm assuming they're that.
I don't know. The only time I ever watch hockey is with you. You know that. And I still, to this day, I watch it and I go,
You still don't get it.
I don't get it. I don't understand it. I'm always like,
I love
where's
hockey.
the ball?
Bitch. Anyway, well, I know I've spotted some like Olympians from America, but real quick, shout out to some Canadians, because honestly, if I could, I would move to Canada, especially nowadays. So shout out to Marie-Philip Poulin and Laura Stacey for your Team Canada potential win for your first Olympics as wives together.
That'll be so exciting. That'll be a great celebration for them.
Like, now I'm excited to watch the Canadian hockey women's team.
Yeah. Well, we will definitely have to set everything to record just in case we miss it. But
I'm so excited for the Olympics.
what are they? 7 hours ahead? Milan's like
Yeah, but you can also just watch the NBC primetime coverage.
Yeah. But also, if the game's on at 2
wish I
in the
had
morning
nails.
here, I'm not getting up to watch
I
it.
wish I had the nails so I could like fully like.
You want
clap,
to put acrylics on and
No.
tap tap tap.
I mean, I want to, but no.
We'll just
But-
put like press-ons just for the
Just-
podcast.
Just for, or like there's one day, the other day at work, I was like, yes, and Carrie was like, what? I'm like, never mind.
it only works when I have
I
nails.
don't have the nails to fully. If you're listening, I'm doing like, when you what's that, thumb index.
You're just
finger,
like tapping your
pointer?
fingers together.
Where you're like the little clap where you're like, yes, queen.
Yeah.
I watch too much Drag Race.
We do watch a lot of Drag Race.
But yeah, that was my shout out for those 2 Canadian lessies, and I'm excited for them.
I love it. Okay. Kind of like I said, the last story with Dylan Mulvaney. This one's going to kind of also talk about trans highlights. However, this one,
Is it good?
it is good. Yes,
I
absolutely.
mean, they're all important news stories to say.
Yeah. So politically wise, I know now after everything with Alex Preddy, and that. So, and our thoughts and everything go out to the family for that. We are probably on the cusp of a government shutdown because now it's gonna, if they can't figure out how to separate bills or they don't want to separate the bill, whatever. That's neither here nor there.
Call your senators.
But what I wanted to highlight were the anti-trans writers that were in the budget bill. And so a writer, R-I-D-E-R, a writer, not like writing, but like like you're writing.
See, I think of that as like a writer when you're like working with famous people and they have a writer of like shit they want.
Yeah. Well,
is that the same concept?
No, because this is like a writer. So it's a bill or a law that Congress can pass because the budget has to pass, right? You have to have a budget.
Or you can shut down the government.
Well, yeah. But they put in these quote unquote writers in these bills because they know the budget has to pass, which means that these bills are also going to pass. And sometimes it's making law, but it's like making law without debating it or anything, putting it into the budget so that way it passes.
It's when they sneak all that bullshit in of these bills and nobody
Right.
really pays attention to it because we're like, we're just going to sneak this in here and you're not going to pay attention to it.
So I'm going to really pull my notes up just because it's there. So the writers, there was restrictions blocking federal funds that were tied to gender-affirming care coverage and access, high stakes for K through 12 schools that participate or facilitate access and support gender-affirming care, restrictions to agencies that were overseeing health programs and education enforcement. So what this means is that these anti-trans, well, they were labeled as anti-trans under the guise of being anti-gender affirming and everything like that. But here's the thing. These bills had a massive impact if they would have stayed in the budget, but they were removed, thank goodness.
So they're not in the appropriation bills.
They're not there anymore. They got removed. So it's wonderful news, one, for our trans community, and two, for a lot of people, such as women who go through breast cancer that have to have mastectomies. It would have restricted something like that. It also would have restricted balding men from getting hair plugs. Because that
poor MAGA men who wanted to get your hair plugged.
Because that is one of the things that they were talking about. That's like, when they had people.
What about Caroline Levitt? Could she get her lip plumpers and make her lips all big?
There is any like testosterone, like, so there's, some girls have high testosterone. They have blockers for that. They wouldn't have access to that, or low testosterone actually. So Jacob Moses of the Hastings Center of Biotech said, and this is just a quote, talking about testosterone therapy for people. The discussion about healthcare for transgender and gender diverse people has become highly polarized. His partner that he worked with, Theo Shaw, said anti-trans arguments are rooted in religious values and limit these arguments to relevant settings. Other arguments are essentially unfounded and based simply just upon bias. And so the fact that we were able, or Congress was able to rip these writers out to not have all these anti-trans, anti-gender affirming.
They were all taken out.
They were all taken out. Yep. They were all taken out. So that's a great win that Congress, I will say that Congress pulled these writers out. So essentially they're not going to pass these dumbass laws.
Don't put don't give Congress all that credit. Give the Democratic lobby maker, or what's it called? The
lobbyists?
Is that what they're called? Lobbyists?
Well, a lobbyist is like somebody who comes, goes
and,
there
says,
constantly and is like, hey, don't do this, don't do that, over and over and over again. They're lobbying the Congress people.
Yeah, so those were the ones that got it taken out.
Well, whoever got it taken out.
Whoever
the fact that it's not in there is a big win for not just the LGBT and our trans people, because
also just women in general.
And
or the MAGA men who want to get their hair plugs.
Or men who have high,
high or low T.
High or low T, or, birth control, all this stuff that is out there to help people live in their own bodies, whether you are cis, whether you are queer, whether you are trans.
That are considered gender affirming.
There's a lot. There is gender affirming care is
that overarching, it's
so massive. And that's the thing is but they label them as anti-trans, right? Because they just want to attack the trans community. But yes, the writers were taken out. Part of this budgetary bill does not have that. So that is a huge win for the trans community. And I'm very happy to have seen that. So
slay.
Yes.
Do we support the appropriations budget as they currently stand? No!
Everything but one section of it.
ICE doesn't deserve another cent. Honestly, ICE should be abolished, but, by the time this comes out, we're probably going to be in a government shutdown anyway.
Yeah, so we might just be making a lot more of these.
Okay, so we're going to end it with one of my favorite LGBTQ members of the sporting Olympic thingamajiggies, the sports balls.
The sports balls.
But they don't play with a ball during their sports. What they do outside of their sports, probably playing with some balls.
What sport do they play? Are they hockey?
No.
What sport? Are they skiers?
Nope. This is a fun game.
I'm running out of
You're doing great. Keep going.
I don't know. I'm bobsled?
Nope.
You said not skiing.
Close to skiing, but not skiing.
Is it the one where they shoot the gun?
No.
Oh.
But that was just on that
Slaycation. Are they snowboarders?
Yes! It's Gus Kenworthy. Yeah. Oh my god, he's so hot. Okay, so Gus Kenworthy is heading back to the Winter Olympics for his 4th Winter Olympics. He's coming out of retirement and going back to the Olympics. Brace yourselves. Is he competing for Team USA? Yes, no, yes, no.
I don't.
No! Gus Kenworthy is actually going back to the Olympics, and it's official. He's going to be competing for Team Great Britain.
Oh.
Controversial. Anyway.
Okay.
Also, I love that. Go for you. Team Great Britain. So Gus Kenworthy received his phone call literally like 2 or 3 days ago that he will be going to the Winter Olympics in 2026 as part of Team Great Britain. So he won a silver medal in 2014 at the Sochi Winter Olympics. I follow Gus Kenworthy too much. So yes, he won a silver medal at the 2014 Sochi Winter Olympic Games. Then he came out publicly in 2015, returned back to the Olympics in 2018. Remember that? That's when his boyfriend was there. They had like the kiss at the bottom of the slope, and it was like a big deal.
Yeah.
So in 2018, he was one of the first 2 out gay male American athletes to compete along with a figure skater during the 2018 Olympics. Now, Gus Kenworthy is returning to the Olympics already in triumph. He's coming back out of retirement and making the Olympics now in his mid-30s, which is very rare for competitive half-pipe snowboarding.
Oh.
He does the one where you go up and down and do cool tricks.
Oh, and it goes like down the hill.
It's like a half pipe with like that you do like with a skateboard, but it's
but it's down a hill.
Yeah, and it is sloped as you go.
Yeah. That's actually one of my favorite things to watch because they are wild.
It always scares me that they're gonna like smash onto the lip.
I've seen
it too. Yeah, and maybe that's guys. The Olympics are gonna be so exciting. I love the Olympics.
When do the Olympics start, honey?
They start next Friday night. The opening ceremony. Well, when does this come out? The opening ceremony is Friday, February 6th.
Perfect. I'm sure we can get. We're
going
to get this out.
This is coming out on February 4th.
Yeah, it's gonna come out on the Wednesday.
Nope, that was March. Oh, no, yeah, February 4th, Wednesday.
Yeah.
This will be Wednesday, February 4th, a couple days before the Olympics. That's why I wanted to spotlight these Olympians, because, like, the last episode before the Olympics come out, and I love the Olympics, and it's going to be so much fun. Support our LGBTQ plus allies and athletes and everybody that's going to be there. Go to outsports.com to stay up to date on all of the Team LGBT that is happening. They literally are trying to create a team called Team LGBT. Doesn't matter what country you're competing for, as long as you're part of the LGBTQIA plus community, Team LGBT, and they will be keeping you updated. You can subscribe to their newsletter. They're going to have some daily updates coming out during the Olympics of everybody that's part of Team LGBT, what their winnings, losings, and just like supporting the LGBT community at the Olympics. This year, the Olympics are always on NBC, so they will be good representation. Yeah. I mean, Johnny Weir is one of the commentators for Johnny. Yeah, what's her name? Tara. It starts with an H. I'm looking it up.
Well, as you look it up, we will end with her last name. You can look it up. But like I said, I want to remind everyone. So support Erika Qwerk, again, out in Hollywood, North Hollywood at...
I was wrong.
Oh. What is it?
Tara Lipinski.
Lipinski.
Yeah, not H. But yeah, it's just Tara Lipinski, who's also on Traders with Johnny Weir.
It's wonderful. Yeah, but go support Erika Qwerk and support the ACLU. We'll put the link down there for...
I love that, yeah.
For all the things there. You can see her in North Hollywood. Go to her link tree, and you can follow her on all the Instagram, all her socials. If you're in New York and you get the chance, go see Dylan Mulvaney in 6. Support that.
Yeah, they come there. They hit Broadway in a couple weeks.
February 16th is night 1.
Ooh.
Yeah, so shortly after the Olympics start.
10 days after the opening ceremonies to the Olympics.
February is going to be a lot of...
February's a big month.
A big queer month. And... so it'll be wonderful. If you haven't already, you live in Virginia or anywhere, go to
register to vote, guys.
And we'll put the link vote. Was it vote.org? Or
vote.org. There's all different kinds of...
We'll put a couple links down there for everyone, so it's just easy. Click away. Know what your state is doing.
Pay attention to your primary dates. Each state is going to have their own primaries for elections that are up. Make sure you're paying attention to your primaries and participate in your primaries. If you're upset with who your local leaders are or who your leaders are statewide, one of the biggest ways that you can make your voice heard is through your primaries, because that's where you actually get to decide who you're going to be going up against or who you're putting up against, whoever that other competitor may be, depending on their party affiliation. So if you say in Texas you like Jasmine Crockett but you don't like tell Erika, or you like both of them, or whatever it's going to be. That's how you make your voice heard.
Yes.
Also, so each state has different primary dates and sets those on their own. So make sure you're paying attention to your local primary dates. Get involved in your primary elections. Get involved with people that you want to support. This is a great time to get involved and do some canvassing. You could do online phone banking, online text banking. Get involved and really, if there was ever a time. And then everyone's like, oh, because remember back in 2020, it's like, this was the election of your lifetime. Okay, Well, here we are in basically a fascist regime. So now is the time. If you really want to get out there, get involved, and you can say you were part of this to turn this country back around and get us moving in the right direction. And number one to do that is a blue tsunami in 2026 in these primary elections. We need to make sure that it is uncompetitive. It is blatantly, obviously clear that these blue candidates, sorry, I couldn't think of the word. These blue candidates are going to win, and we're not just winning by like a couple of votes where Trump can be like, oh no, and try and argue it. No, we need to win by hundreds and tens of thousands of votes. That it's not contestable. It is what it is, and we win, and we're going to get these people into Congress, and we're going to start making some legitimate change that we truly need in this country to get us moving back in the right direction. Rant over.
So fast.
Sorry. Can you tell I pay attention too much to the I've Had It podcast?
I mean, you got to stay informed. So.
That's a great point. I know, and like I said last time,
we got to stay informed.
No matter how hard it is to pay attention, I mean, the news, let's be real, is sad. Especially, first we had Renee Good, now we have Alex Preddy, and like you see these sad news, and you see every day people getting taken away by ICE officers, children being taken away by ICE officers, young children literally being kidnapped by ICE officers, and it tears your heart out. And you see all this and everything else that's going on in the news, and you just want to curl up in a ball and just try and not pay attention for your own mental health. And I get that. I'm the same way. I understand you don't want to pay attention to it because it hurts. But you not paying attention, not staying informed, that is literally you caving into this administration, and we can't do that.
Yeah.
You have to find that balance, and for each person that's going to be different on what you can and can't pay attention to, but you have to find that solid balance, find a solid group of community around you to build you up and have those conversations with to get through these dark times, and really rely on those around you. And if you ever need help or assistance, there's so many resources online that you can talk to and get help from. And I really want us all to try and build a community and focus on our community to get through this. It's a dark time.
Yeah.
And, if you want to stay up to date on the currently queer news, that's where we come in. And sometimes, unfortunately, it's dark and it's sad.
But today was great. We had good news.
We had a lot of good news.
There's been dark news, but we had some good news today. And, we have things to look forward to. February 6th. The Olympics. You got anything else, love?
Not that I could think of. Like I just said, though, I just really want to make sure everyone's registered to vote and we're putting in the effort. Because if there was ever a time, and I hate to be that person, if there was ever a time, I think that... now's definitely the time.
And we got plenty of time to do it, so.
And we've got time.
We've got time.
We've got time. As dark as it may be sometimes, keep your head up. We're in for the good fight.
Yep.
I strongly recommend everybody go follow the I've Had It podcast. Oh my God, can I give a quick shout out real quick? Okay.
It's our podcast. We do whatever we want.
I know. This bitch. I am so enthralled by Okay. I highly recommend everybody go on Instagram, go on your social medias, follow the I Am Politics girl. I think her name is Lee McGowan. This is the bitch that went on CNN the other day and just destroyed Scott, what's his name? And it was insane. And she's the one that goes on Abby Phillips' show. Oh my God, I fucking love her. Go follow her. I Am Politics girl. She lays things out in such plain black and white terminology that so many times all the MAGA people just like short circuit because they don't know how to fucking function because she's put it so straight up to them. So go follow her, stay involved, pay attention to the news, but also focus on your mental health at the same time. And with that, we will continue giving you some currently queer news moving forward to pay attention to all of our stuff here at Everyone's a Little Bit Queer. We've got new episodes coming out at least every Wednesday. Maybe some fun, new, spontaneous things coming out here soon.
Yeah, we're just having fun. We're having fun, and we got some good guests coming up. And I'm very excited.
We got content coming out, and if you want to be a part of the Everybody's a Little Bit Queer podcast, make sure you check us out on all of our social medias. Check us out on our link tree. If you want to be involved, you can submit your story anonymously. We'll share it for you, or you can fill out a form, and you can have your interview on the Everyone's a Little Bit Queer podcast and share your story with the hopes of inspiring other people to live their authentic queer selves. So with that, thanks everybody for listening to Currently Queer with me, Mark, and my husband,
Bernard.
We'll see you guys next time.